yours. Please. Kiss.
Greetings and salutations. This is Cage's Kiss. And we're the ultimate tit-rockin' podcast on Nicolas Cage, where we glean every kernel corn of wisdom we can from his crap this week. And I will not acknowledge this film now because I don't want to acknowledge that it exists. It doesn't exist. It was a dream. Today we're going to talk about the fetish called sounding, which you can Google on your own. Yeah. Sounding. It's where you take this large metal
a shark or something,
and you stick it up your.
Shut the fuck up, man!
No, we're not doing that.
You...
We're no.
Yes, we are.
Okay, Urethra, what's your name this week?
Shutting it down.
We are. So you.
What movie are we talking about?
No, we haven't got to our names yet. We're anonymous. Urethra,
we don't
what's
have
your name?
names. We don't have. My name is Urethra. Okay,
Urethra.
Mama.
You're Urethra Franklin. And I'm a member of the New American government, and I'm gonna come to take your child to New Eden and get a box of their teeth later. Or I'm Adrian.
Why is this happening? My name is Linda, but this week I'm dying, I guess I'm a humane cheese this week, so I'm like a vegan fake cheese. Yeah, I'm like melt.
That is not a humanity cheese. That is mankind's fake cheese.
Your mom's a fake cheese.
That's your mom too, Jacob Jingleheimer.
All right, then your father, stupid.
Who let you in? So we're talking about the humanity, huge manatee.
The huge
Bureau.
manatee bureau.
God, that would be so much better.
It's real.
It is one because there's the tobacco chewing gas station guy. He's a friggin' manatee. Fucking fat bastard with his crutch.
Oh, you mean the guy that was like drooling the tobacco and when the hideous noise for him?
Tobacco monster who, for no reason at all, decides to sacrifice himself.
Tobacco monster.
So we're watching a bona fide American movie this week. You know, it's as American as Bryan Adams and Corey Hart. It's as American as William Shatner. Yeah.
It was made in fucking Canada.
It's as American as Justin Bieber and Mike Myers. Yep.
Shame on Canada.
Shame on you. Shame.
All of you.
You know what you did. You started this war.
So yeah.
That's the episode.
I am delighted to report that this of the 4 movies from 2017 that Cage did, this is my favorite.
What?
And why is that?
Because everything he did in 2017 was shit, and this one is at least hilarious.
No, tell us why. You told us. You told myself and Linda why.
Yes.
Tell our listeners the exact reason why you enjoy this.
Because Cage has made so many shitty wannabe B movies over the course of his career, especially over the 2010s.
That's not what you told us.
That's not what you said at all.
Yeah, that's what I thought. What did I say? Did I say that I was sounding at the time and I climb all over the screen?
You were saying it made you pee. It made you go tinkle at your ding-dong.
It makes people pee. It's really funny. You're going to wet the bed. This movie will rust your bed springs. It'll make you pee.
Listening to the B note makes you shit yourself, but it doesn't mean I want to listen to it.
Well, brown note's the other end of the spectrum. We're on the yellow note here. That's a more positive.
It's only a few inches from the other note.
This is but in that inches, it's like miles different.
Dude,
it's
it
like
wasn't
a journey.
Even so bad it made me laugh. Like it was just
you never laughed.
Bad.
Really?
It never crossed over.
They're bouncing around on their green screen El Camino, and he has his phone telling him about the fuel tanks being damaged. He's like, redirect fuel to alternate fuel tank.
I laughed.
It's like a little kid making a movie where somebody's shaking the Dodge, and they're like talking into their like G.I. Joe walkie-talkie.
I legitimately laughed like Arthur Fleck in the Joker, all right? Like, I lost my mind at the end when the kid jumps off of the pier recreating the Lakeshore Productions.
Yes! Right? That's what I was thinking too.
I literally thought it was going to cut and say Lakeshore Entertainment, and I just started laughing like Arthur fucking Fleck. I just lost my shit.
Yeah, no, and then it goes into the Orion logo. Yeah.
Yes.
Then into Paramount Pictures, right? Yeah.
Do either one of you want to give a summary of this?
Not it.
Oh, I got a summary for you. Okay, so it's the not too distant future, right? And so there's been an environmental disaster.
2030 what something? Right?
There ain't really any lakes anymore, you understand, so you can't really go bass fishing or catch a great northern as such. So what happened is the government gave all the power to something called the Humanity Bureau to conserve the resources. So if people aren't being too productive, if their productivity rating gets too low, they send a guy in an El Camino on by to their hotel room to look at their situation. And if their situation don't add up quite right, well, they get sent to New Eden. And, it's a whole new life there in the offshore colonies, or so we think. And Cage likes fishing, and he likes Monet paintings. But most of all, he likes finding his long-lost son. But the Humanity Bureau is going to take him away, so he has to go on the run, see?
But we're not supposed to know that he's his son.
Right, no, we find that one out later. Yep.
Spoiler!
Yep, the red freckled kid who doesn't normally wear shoes or eat lunch turns out to be Cage's kid.
Oh, God.
Wait a minute. You're not his mother. You're not the one I had sex with.
Matches in his car.
Yeah. Hello? I said hello. Why'd you roll me a roll of toilet paper that doesn't fit the toilet paper dispenser?
I don't like giants. Native Americans told me the truth of the world. I like fire because it's bright.
But they weren't real Native Americans.
In New Eden, it turns out it's not like when they send you to America in parts of the Clonus horror. No, it turns out they just cremate you.
Yeah.
No, it's a kind of a Holocaust, but the New Eden thing's largely off screen because the budget, well, it's not reported, was probably about $5,000.
I was gonna say at least an Arby's meal.
Yeah, but no, I found out some tidbits about this production though.
Did you?
I did indeed. Yes, I did.
Please share.
So this is our sci-fi, our epic sci-fi action thriller with a heart. So first off, this did get a theatrical release in one country.
What?
Yeah, on January 4th, 2018, this thing went to theaters in the United Arab Emirates, as usual. I think maybe every straight-to-video movie goes to theaters over there, but it made $58,000 in the theaters there, and then it made another $60,000 on DVD and Blu-ray.
That's a profit for this film.
Yeah, it probably is. And because I can't imagine Cage demanded too large a fee. So this was up against a Jumanji sequel and an Insidious sequel. Couple of things on this. So Cage did have an excuse for being in it. As usual, Cage had an excuse for being in it. There's a making of featurette in the DVD. No, he said he wanted to work again in science fiction because science fiction is the best friend, the best ally, the best advocate to freedom of speech.
How high was he?
I don't know, but I think so. He said a little bit more.
Was he Linda levels or
basically,
was he Adrian levels?
Well, okay. This is So this movie,
that's between me and God.
I don't know what's going on.
You don't get to
stop
decide
taking
that.
credit for it. Your pills are forbidden. So being that this was made in late 2017 and a certain person took office at the beginning of 2017, I think Cage did this as a political statement.
Was there political stuff in this film? I didn't notice.
The reason people don't flee north to Canada from New America, was that there's supposed to be radiation from this exploded nuclear power plant, but when they get up there, they get the Geiger counter and find out there's no real radiation, and it's just there to deter people from leaving. And he says, well, it's easier to create fear than it is to build a wall. Wall, get it?
And
wink, wink,
Jerkface McGee in the trivia section for IMDb.
Yeah, no, I saw that.
Listing that as trivia. They say the dialogue can't just be a coincidence.
It's like thank you, yeah.
Like, are you
global warming that we are ignoring under this administration?
It's Michael Moore's The Humanity Bureau.
I think there was one piece in the trivia section. I don't know why I bother looking at the trivia other than to just entertain the hell out of me.
They let anybody update that now, so it's not really worth it.
That's true.
But what did you see in the trivia?
Oh, there was one person who mentioned that John Huston played a character of the same name in Chinatown. And both concerned water.
Yeah, because Los Angeles doesn't have its own water supply. They get it brought in via the aqueduct. Yeah.
And
which sure, it's a smart reference.
And then one person said it's the first Nicolas Cage science fiction movie since Knowing. Like, oh, well, that's trivial. Thank you.
That one's not great, but it's better than the usual IMDb trivia. Like, did you know that Nicolas Cage's name is Nicholas and he played a character named Nicholas? Or did you know this movie was released in 1994 and it runs 99 minutes? Did you know that? And it's like, this is shit that's on the main page. Did you know that the title of the Humanity Bureau is the Humanity Bureau?
There was actually something of somewhat value where they said that somebody said that the closing credit song, this actually is trivia.
Yeah, I've got that on there. Yeah.
Yeah, the closing credit song is sung by the written by the guy who created the Agent Adam Westinghouse. The actor Hugh Dillon there. He's in a band called Headstones, and he's from Canada. And he was in the Ginger Snaps prequel. He was in the Trailer Park Boys movie. Yeah.
Yep, Trailer Park Boys movie. And he was also in that remake of Assault on Precinct 13.
Yeah. oh God, I'm never going to remember him as anything else other than the guy holding peanut butter and jelly to his face.
Rasdauer. But I've got a little bit of an explanation here about the movie though. Apparently where they were shooting in Canada, it was in an area that does not typically snow. Right.
Okay.
Like it's an area where usually it'll snow a little bit and then it'll be like gone in a day. So it's not known for its snow. However, there was a freak Arctic vortex while they were shooting there.
Oh shit!
So that's why the desert motif goes away and all of a sudden everything's covered in snow.
I was wondering about that.
Although So the opening scene of the movie, right? This is supposed to be an ecologically destroyed America. The opening scene of the movie is set in Nevada, and it's like, well, Nevada's kind of desolate anyway. Like, couldn't you have chosen something else? Like, couldn't you have claimed that was, I don't know, like Oregon, something,
Yeah. It's also our first opening shot of what to expect with the movie, with really bad rear screen projection of an entire car, except for the front end of the car.
Not since the 50s have there been this fake of a driving scene. But no, another really fucking weird thing.
He may as well have been turning the wheel left and right. Like,
no, he kind of was though. His fake driving is hilarious. But
even when there's cars that aren't behind him, he looks, oh my God, there's a car behind us. Like, where?
But you know what the weird thing is though, is that this movie was shot in 360 degrees. This movie was shot in an IMAX like format. It was supposed to be in a theater setup with 3 screens because there was a format called Barco Escape. And it has this camera with lenses on all sides. And this is not the only movie made in it, but it's a very short list. The filmmakers kept referring to it as the future and virtual reality. But the Barco Escape debuted in 2014 and went out of business in 2018.
Yeah.
There were some major movies made in this format and actually theatrically displayed in the format. Star Trek Beyond was one of them, and the first 2 Maze Runner movies.
Oh.
The other ones were not so famous. There was another Canadian science fiction movie done in this format too. I guess they thought it was the future. But I think it's only like a dozen movies in general, all told. So it's really weird though, because we're getting the video presentation here, and they can't display it that way, so they had to select like whichever portion of that 360 view. I guess it's supposed to have been really hard to shoot too, because usually a movie has things like crew, lighting,
People that care, talent.
I'm wondering if that explains why in general there's such poor shot composition and stuff like that.
I feel like the actors were talented. I don't feel like there was any shortcoming there. On the actors part.
Okay. Actually,
yeah.
let me bring up one of the actors actually, because they have a special credit that I think you'll both appreciate. Because Sarah Lind is from Saskatchewan.
Oh. Yep, I got her credit.
Okay, so you know that she was in Wolf Cop.
Yep. Yeah. She was on the Fargo TV series.
Yep. And oddly enough, she was in the assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford.
Yeah, she played Bob's girlfriend.
She was born in 1982, 1 week before me.
Good for her.
Yeah. So we bros, we hang out.
So how captivated were you when Westinghouse was swimming and asked the other agent to swim with him, and he's playing splashy with him, and the other agent is just staring at him? It's like, come on, get in the pool. I can't swim. I'll drown. That's
Agent
a possibility.
I think that's supposed to hit home that they're decadent bastards, and even though water's almost gone, like this asshole swimming in a pool full of it. It's like, I can't swim. Nobody can swim. It's like, I can swim. Ha 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 ha. I am
kind of like Nick Cage playing with a fly fishing lure
and putting a fish hook in a Monet. Yeah. It's like I don't know what you're doing there, movie, but that's just a special kind of stupid.
Like it has strong talented actors that are just doing the best they can with just this shitty ass dialogue.
Exactly what you said is exactly what some actor says on every set of every Asylum movie ever made.
You made the point earlier that the Asylum movies usually care a little bit more than this one. But the trouble with this one, I think, is a cross up of intentions. Because I enjoyed it for everything unintentional. It's obviously too ambitious for its budget. Because the Humanity Bureau, their headquarters is like one call center with a monitor.
Huge Manatee, please.
And people, and they have in their power a CGI drone that's not really theirs, and a couple of SUVs.
It was so real.
And 3 guys with machine guns. Yeah, no, well, I think this was exactly as good as Interstellar. But because hashtag I hate Christopher Nolan.
When even his drone looks
he does hate me. If he didn't hate me, he wouldn't have all that fuck awful dialogue in his movies. But
the drone in Interstellar cost more than this whole movie and its cast.
So speaking of brilliant and gifted auteurs, director Rob W. King, who's from Michigan, he did a John Cusack.
Do a Michigan accent.
What? Yeah, he's got a Chican accent. Yeah, no, he did a John Cusack and Christina Ricci movie called Distorted,
which also stars Agent Porter, Vicelius Shannon.
Yeah. Apparently, a lot of Rob King's pals hang out with him and do multiple movies. But he did a Stacy Keach historical movie called Tokyo Trial, which I read about it, and the history of it seems interesting. The title's still bad. Nobody's going to watch that. So he's done a lot of TV. He's worked a lot in Canada, and he's usually a co-director. There's usually somebody else with him, but he's flying solo on this one.
Bad boy.
Yeah. No, hey, that's dangerous there. Are you sure you don't want somebody helping you out? Training wheels?
Funny to me.
I can film this on my own. Okay, maybe one day. You'll see.
I'm a director. My
I'm
I've got
gonna
talent.
climb up to the roof in my new boots, and I'm gonna put this bird back in the nest. I can do what I want. I'm gonna jump on this El Camino, and I'm a little boy, and I get skin knees, and I ride tricycles, and I'm a free spirit.
Can I see your gun? I want to put it in my mouth.
No, the man's
And
gonna
that
take us away, and we
kid,
won't be able to live on the farm. The kid is one of the only
boy,
people who got
Lucas.
work outside of Canada.
He's played by Jacob Davies, who also, you may know him as Pinocchio in Once Upon a Time.
And he
Oh,
was also
God.
in This Means War with Chris Pine.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I think maybe he thinks
Kinda
Chris
love
Pine
Chris
is
Pine.
dreamy. I'm drinking
who
Canada
doesn't?
Dry right now, by the way.
I'm drinking
this
a
movie
splash of
drained
Diet
Canada.
Canada Dry. with
So,
Disaronno.
So the since it's about fatherhood, and Nicolas Cage movies are always about being a father.
It was?
We got sure, why not? You get the thing where you got the over emotive soundtrack. And the main theme to the movie, I don't know, most people are probably not going to know this. I know I'm full of esoteric shit, but like the main theme to the movie, to me, oddly enough, sounded remarkably like the song Crawling Back by Tall Stories, which had frontman Steve Aguirre, who was in Journey briefly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know Journey, don't lie.
I freaking love Journey.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Donnie, your soul is dead.
So,
Damn right it is.
I'm going to assume you two, since you guys were so rapt and paying a lot of attention to our science fiction epic, I was wondering if you could tell me what the deal was with the fake eyeball. I know his eye was put out, but he's just wearing an eye patch the whole movie.
Maybe you could tell me
Westinghouse.
what the fuck was the deal with the goddamn kid being so eccentric about his performance? His recital where he just says part of the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah, no, and then he pauses
just
long
fucks
enough
off.
to get these
He's been
Yasujiro
practicing.
Ozu size shots of
3
the mother
weeks.
and then Cage like, oh, I pledge allegiance to the flag, Nicolas Cage, of the United States of America. The flag's being projected at me. That's the country I'm in right now.
Yeah, it took him 3 weeks to prepare for that. And the mom did not want to leave New Eden until he had that.
Well,
3 weeks.
It's
his
harder
recital.
to remember stuff in the future, because brain cells are in short supply. And some people
Well, it is true.
sell black market brain cells, but that's illegal.
And it did seem like the kind of neighborhood where, like she said, people have to borrow shoes and laces. And
Well,
you only get 2 meals
back
a day
in the
of
day,
that.
you used to eat your neighbors, so it's better now. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The realistic version of this, though, is that she would have been a lot more white trash, and she would have been like, "Oh no, the president's looking out for us. America's coming back."
I would have thought it'd been more like, man, I'll suck your dick, you let us stay here.
I'll make it worth your while.
Well, I like there's one part that I did actually laugh at.
Just
where
one? Yeah.
actually no, there were
This
two.
chair is
There were
saturated. I was peeing the whole time.
two
See,
parts
now
where I
you're
laughed.
saying it.
The first one being when the kid is sleeping in the back seat, and and Rachel tells Nicolas Cage's character that you could tell he's dreaming and he's twitching, and I was like a fucking dog.
Yeah, no. When that happened, I literally said, "It's like, oh,
he
Rex is
chasing a
chasing
cat?
rabbits." See, that's why he only gets 2 meals a day, because he has to catch them, and that's why he's not used to wearing shoes. Her son's a fucking feral wolf child.
You don't make fun of soda pop.
Why are you letting him play with coyotes and wolves? Well, they can raise them better than I know how to, mister. There's still
not
some
judge his
spam
friends.
crust.
Yeah, because the woman that Cage's character hooked up with to make
She
the
wanted
bebe,
to sell him.
wanted to sell him. Wanted to sell her
Yeah.
child. So the fake Rachel bought him.
But there weren't
Took
any
him
pop
and-
stars around to sell the child to.
Epstein Gene was dead already. Oh God, that's tremendous.
I hear Bryan Singer's coming to town later. Things are looking up.
God damn it.
Oh my!
But if I can give the spoiler for the ending,
Do it.
the part where I laughed the hardest, the only other part, was when Rachel gets shot in the head.
When everybody gets shot directly in the middle of the forehead. There are three, I think, there's like, what, 3 on-screen kills in this movie, and they're all people getting shot right in the forehead.
Yeah.
Yes. And I was
Like, right
I was
between the
like
eyes.
screaming at the movie, like, don't you fucking dare take it back. Don't you dare take it back. and then, big spoiler, Cage gets shot in the head.
In
and
the exact same way.
I literally yelled out, yes!
This must be the future, because you have guns that can't miss. Because at the beginning, when Cage is doing at the motel doing his Humanity Bureau thing with the guy who's supposed to be the former governor of Colorado and now has plates in the sink covered in maggots. Again, it's like, those are what he shot. Yeah. I ate the White House once, and it was a pretty good meal. And it shows a black and white photo of a young version of the guy sitting next to Trump. And I'm thinking, like, so you ate at the Trump White House. So was it McDonald's chicken nuggets or was it KFC that day?
Oh.
And there's besides him, there's I don't know, you guys, like, I don't even know where to fucking start with this. I mean, like I said,
it's
when,
like
when they got shot,
Green,
I was
except
just like,
it's-
please don't.
It's so.
I know.
Well, don't forget, the movie doesn't outright end there, because it's like,
we
it's
gotta
like,
bring the natives back.
it's the straight to video, The Road, because then he finds the resistance, and it turns out that his lucky rabbit's foot that the kid has around his neck the whole movie, Cage hid the fucking SIM card for his shitty 3D holographic phone in there, and it's like, did you know that New Eden's really death camps? Yeah, be scared, be very scared. And,
they ripped off The Fly with that.
Yeah, so they leak this to the underground. Yeah, fuck the police. Yeah, so then the revolution happens. And I don't know if they used stock footage. It looked like it, but knowing that it's this format,
It totally looked like it.
I'm wondering if the poor bastards actually had to go and shoot that stuff.
It looks like some of it was from Mexico, actually.
It probably was. It probably overthinking it, but I'm thinking, like, did you have to convert that to the format? Like, if I saw this in the theater, would it be like watching, like, YouTube in, like, 2005 with, like, giant pixels?
Well, you also said the holographic recording, which was played on an old-style analog TV set. I gotta join Linda because I spaced out for, like, 80% of what was going on because it was just so bad.
Well, I mean, I don't blame you for missing things. I tend to miss things too.
Yeah.
That's why I have to watch these multiple times.
I won't ever again. Period.
I'm actually going to
that's
go
fine.
into that for my wisdom too.
I just like the thing that made me laugh because Linda had it spot on when she laughed and cheered when Nick Cage died. That was the perfect time for my mind to snap back and go, "Oh shit, that's right. I'm watching a movie," because before Nick Cage gets shot, the part where my mind snapped back on was when Agent Westinghouse, or whatever her fucking name was, is like growling at him. He's like, "It's blank." And then Nick Cage smiles and bam, gets shot in the head. I'm like, that was fucking awesome. Like, I don't know what the fuck led up to that, but holy shit. Like, it's blank. Pow. And then the fucking kid picks up rocks and starts chucking them
the
at
kid
the
runs
agent.
back and chucks a rocket. Again, like a lot of the movies we've seen, this is like a movie you make yourself, where it's like, I'm gonna beat you. What do I have on hand? Ray gun? Oh no, rocks. Okay, got it. It's the future though. Just keep in mind, everybody, it's still the future.
But I was thinking, like, this is a sci-fi, so, like, I was just waiting for them to pull out what the fuck ever from their pockets and be like, well, they're not really dead. So
Like,
that's
maybe they
why I
would
was
have
yelling
pulled-
at the screen, like, don't you fucking dare take it back.
If it had been more ambitious, they probably would have had some shit like that. It's like, oh, they say this is magic. And then it there's like a CGI made out of numbers Native American ghost that comes and like puts its hand in Cage. Cage.
Yeah.
Kalima.
But no, people at home, this is like the
God.
last chase meets the final sacrifice.
Yeah.
It is in the
I
proud
mean,
tradition of zero-budget Canadian science fiction movies like Battle Queen 2020, Starship Invasions.
This is like if the guys who made the movie Things had an actual budget and still couldn't make something good.
Oh, dude, I wish Barry J. Gillis had made this.
Yeah.
My son
it's like
just
something
got
like your
shot.
neighbor would have made.
No, you guys, I was just trying to ease the tension. Ease the tension,
God.
you jerk.
The fucking kids who spent 10, 20, 30 years of their lives recreating scene by scene the Raiders of the Lost Ark put more effort and heart into that movie than this movie got and deserved.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that you said that because I was thinking the whole time, like, Nicolas Cage deserves so much fucking better than this.
he's all the way down there. He's
Yeah,
just admitting
someone-
it now. It's so honest.
I mean, yeah. It's kind of like when people thought Richard Simmons was being held against his will. It's like you're watching this and you just want to go, is Nicolas Cage okay? And you want to ask him, it's like, are you okay, Nick? Tell me if you're okay.
I don't think he was held against his will. I think they determined that he didn't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Are you
it's
saying that
sad.
Rob W. King is a smooth criminal?
Oh, God.
Honestly, it's kind of sad, but it's like we've reached the point in his career where you could very much see the college humor joke they made where his agent is listing off movies that he's not even getting into the plot of, and Nick Cage is immediately like, I'll do it. Like, but you don't know what it's about. It's, right, but I'll do it. No. Okay, no. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, I'll do it. It's like, no, just stop, please.
I would be very interested to find out if there was a project he'd ever turned down.
Well, he
Yeah,
did turn
probably
down that
ours.
one to play Fu Manchu. At least
Oh,
a
wait, that's
character.
right. But that was to do a better thing.
Yeah.
Oh, he also turned down the opportunity to play Shrek.
Yeah, that's true. He did.
Yeah, there were
He
a couple
called
of
an end
things.
to the
that he
opener.
turned down.
Speaking of Canada.
Oh, Canada.
So back to the sounding fetish.
We actually love you, and we're just upset that you
get
won't
a couple
accept
of
us.
them in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, dude. I mean, Corey Hart's bitching. I'm just saying. Like,
Yeah,
there's
I
the
fucking
Underground
love Corey Hart.
Resistance, and Cage finds on the matchbook where it says "Never Surrender."
Never
Yeah.
surrender.
And if your mom won't take you home.
Corey Hart's rad as fuck, man. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah. I'm just
So,
saying,
were you-
don't push the blame on the man in shades, you know.
Did you learn anything else from watching the?
That was the big thing there. So the producers and the director kept getting on saying that they wanted people to know that it wasn't just a big action movie, but it had heart.
It was an
It
action.
wasn't an action movie.
They thought okay,
was no
but no, you guys saw Rage and shit, right? The idea is that if people get shot a couple of times, the people are technically on the run for part of it, and if a car flips over at one point, it's an action movie.
Well, then in that case, there's a bunch of porn that's.
Well, no,
action.
well, there is. Well, okay, well,
There's
you know,
more action. In
if you're
porn.
getting into 70s porn, you're just being unfair
No,
because
no,
those
no,
were
no,
real
no.
movies compared to modern movies.
Axel Brand puts more work into his comic book heroes' outfits than any company, even Marvel, puts into theirs. This movie could have been a porn parody, and it would have been a shitty porn parody at that.
And then there would have been something for Linda's segment there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we can get into it. I want his clothes off. Nope. No clothes off. Okay.
Are you sure Weston House doesn't go sticking things in his eye socket there and going, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm getting close. Oh boy.
Well, that's nice.
I really wish he had kept that piece of peanut butter and jelly sandwich on his face the whole time.
And his friend doesn't know what a cookie jar is because in addition to running out of water, they ran out of cookies.
You guys, I have to share this.
Share
Okay,
it.
so I've been watching a docu-series on Netflix about different trending alternative medicine and alternative treatment.
Oh God.
Yeah.
And one was on tantric sex.
As medicine?
yeah.
What's that supposed to cure?
The blues.
They were talking about how they have to move because apparently some people the sex gets stuck and it needs to be moved. So
The sex gets stuck?
yeah, exactly. And
You ain't moving no train, boy.
Wait a minute. Isn't this like some George Dillman type shit where they ain't even touching and it's all imaginary? If you put your tongue in the wrong position, I can't get you off. I cannot. And don't do that thing with your toes.
So there was this scene with these people moving the sex apparently, and everybody's making sex sounds
Like
and
the
moaning and stuff.
movie.
And I was telling my husband where are the real people? That this isn't real because there would be at least one dude. One dude or one chick, somebody, there would be one person that would be yelling out stuff like, yeah, buddy!
This is why it was better when HBO had Real Sex, the series.
Yes!
Because they covered this, and there was a dude that looked like an ancient hippie. And it's like, okay, we're going to start doing the motion of the ocean move
Yes!
with our body and start moaning rhythmically. And this one fucker is like, ah, ah. He sounded like a dying manatee on a beach.
Oh, God damn it.
Dead Manatee Bureau.
The huge manatee. Bureau.
Yeah, buddy!
Like Professor Snape said in Dogma, it's like sex is a joke if you see some of the faces you people make during coitus.
Yeah.
See? So sorry. Yeah.
So, yeah,
I have
that's why,
nothing to report for
that's
close
why the
off.
Huge Manatee Bureau is not a porno, unfortunately. Sorry.
No, sorry.
No.
Yeah, buddy!
Dear buddy, remember when I was 17?
You just lay there and I'm going to flop around on you like a huge manatee. This is, again, far better than the fucking movie.
The Bureau? Are you sure it's not in the shiffer robe?
Yeah, this is really just it's the Humanity Bureau, it's a piece of furniture.
Yeah, there's the Humanity Ottoman, the Humanity Nightstand. It's a whole
Humanity
series.
Chesterfield.
Yeah.
I actually was a little curious because they didn't actually tell us what that family contributed exactly.
Well,
when
they
he
keep
was
saying
weighing
it's a
and measuring
farm,
them.
but there's no fucking crops.
Yeah, they're farming bullshit. There's nothing.
So, sometimes
They're
there's
farming
nothing.
lies.
Luke Skywalker. and
Maybe it was just
moisture
a
farm.
ranch? Why is it?
Yeah.
You notice in films like the ranch concept sort of doesn't exist. They just call it a farm, even if there's no crops. It's not a farm if there ain't crops, right? Isn't that what makes a farm a farm?
Yeah, but I guess it's not a ranch unless it's either it either has livestock or
So it's just a
it
house.
has cold.
It's a house.
Yeah,
there's nothing
it's
else
kind of
there.
like Kanye West saying that he has a horse ranch because that's where he wants to be for the rest of his life now. It's okay, sure, it's a compound, but whatever.
Yeah,
Yay. Nay.
like they could have showed some dead crops
Speaking
or
of
something.
which-
That might have, I don't know.
Don't you guys feel like it's
Crapsicles.
time for us to start a cult? I mean, a club? Listeners?
Well, I'm technically a science fiction writer, and I'm a bit of a loser, so I'm already halfway there, I guess.
Hey!
Now I just need to convince rich people that they got powers.
Wait, convinced? They do!
No, like they can levitate and shit, And the reason they can't is because they haven't donated enough money yet.
I think we're good and drunk enough. Should we start getting into the reviews of this thing?
Yeah, I was
Oh,
going to ask
please.
Donnie, did you find us any choice reviews?
There were a lot of 2-word reviews, and most of them started with F and the others with U.
Oh.
Yeah, there were not happy people with this, but I found actually a few reviews.
Okay, let's hit it.
Yeah, the acting was bad, the production was cheap, the story was lame. Fell asleep in the middle of the movie. I tried to watch it again, but it still sucks.
That seems to have held true for people here, too.
Oh, God, yes. Do not spend money on this. It will eventually wind up being free. This is the worst.
It was free for a while on Netflix, I think.
Yeah, but not for us.
Yeah.
Well, I'm one of the people who contributed to that $60,000 DVD gross, so...
Oh, God, I'm going to say this.
Now, it was saran wrapped to another movie at Walmart, though, so it was in the $5 bin.
True. The sound design was 1 out of 10. The story was 2 out of 10. There were a few sprinkles of good acting, but overall was 2 out of 10. Special effects were early 2000s quality and poorly done, so 1 of 10 for that as well. The complete package overall, if I'm being really generous, I'd say 4 out of 10. But anyone that watches movies on the regular, this is a 2 out of 10 movie, and you would be better off skipping this. We also have another genius filmmaker.
I think 2 out of 10 is generous.
It really was. This was horrible. So bad it's not even fun to make a drinking game out of. I know they were trying to make a point, but I'm not sure which side of the political spectrum this falls on, because the writing, acting, and directing were all that bad. And my favoritist, absolutist, bestest thing, this movie is the worst. Lamest, most poorly done movie I've ever fast-forwarded through. Like you can fast-forward digitally. Come on.
That sounds like science fiction.
So yeah. Jesus wept.
In his own hell child and quite unreachable.
How would you guys
there's the bit with the maggots in the kitchen. I was thinking like, man, I wish I was watching Hellraiser right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, how would we rate what?
How would you guys rate this, like, as far as his worst movies? I mean, like, where would you place it?
No, not even close. Not even close.
What?
No, I would still watch this over again over Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans. I would watch this over again over Left Behind. I would definitely watch this over again over Inconceivable. Because the only thing we've got is a sporadic, annoying kid to deal with. The rest of it's all just bland.
I will grant that talking about and listening to this means we don't have a 10-minute Harvey Keitel reaction scene. So this is good. But fucking Inconceivable had budget. This had mental issues.
No, what Inconceivable had was they had a cast in an expensive house that they borrowed from Warren Beatty.
Yeah, and this one had somebody setting up a green screen in their mom's basement.
I think the only difference between the two movies is that this movie tried to do more, which only made it more obvious.
It doesn't even look. That's the sad part. It doesn't even look like they tried to do more.
Well, no, like it's attempted scope, which they couldn't do. So,
even to the point when you don't even have just
movie.
Yes, like, even when you have like this is like Lichen Colony style shit. Because even when you're not even using like green screen just for driving, but even in hotel rooms, and it's like very glaringly obvious. It's so painful and it hurts. And even our American hero, Jabba the truck driver, who was spitting tobacco out like he was living, it's like even that man making a patriotic sacrifice was fucking horrible. It's like he just decides, I'm gonna end it, guns his truck, and it's not even really gunning. It's not even really racing. It's like the safest game of touch football done on a film.
Don't forget the musical crescendo from that, because they keep playing Amazing Grace.
I don't even remember anything of the music. I honestly thought this was just silent.
The same song they do it is recital. They do it over again there, and it goes like how sweet the sun.
But it's like even just the reaction from one-eyed douche dick when their other truck gets hit by the American man's truck. They just kind of go, "Oh, huh," and then just keep driving on.
One-eyed douche dick.
Yes,
one-eyed douche dick.
I am not going to call that man by his name.
The guy who did the end credits song called "I've Done the Math," which sounds like an acoustical version of "This ain't no party, this ain't no disco, this ain't no
I didn't
no
listen to the ending credits. As soon as it said directed by, I was done, and I still kept laughing because of the kid doing the jump off the pier. I didn't understand anything else that was said after that. I just know that the resistance suddenly pulled to the side of the road because they decided, oh, hey, we have a Humanity Bureau guy that actually ran away because he didn't want to get killed and let the kid go, so they blew him away with a shotgun.
Yeah, they killed the one Humanity Bureau guy who wasn't so much of a dick.
Yeah, but I also think I really am suffering some kind of a breakdown with this because I was watching most of this movie.
I think this is a cumulative effect on you, though, because this is happening to you more and more.
It really is, because I'm starting to see where everything started going downhill, and I had to stop watching
you rethink
midway.
Your life?
It almost did, honestly. I'm like, why the hell did I agree to do this with you? And like, I just started flashing all these scenes. I'm like, gosh, do you remember the days of like Birdie and The Boy Who Blew? And it's like, gosh, those were good times. We're never going to get those again.
Movies shot on film that went to theaters. We're directed by directors, written by writers, and acted by actors.
It's like I really had a mental mind fuck because I got like 40 minutes or so into this, and then I had a lapse because I thought we were supposed to watch Mom and Dad, the next movie he does, or the movie previously he did. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, fuck, I need to start watching that. So imagine getting 40 minutes into a what the fuck am I watching and why sci-fi series rejected movie, and then going into something like Mom and Dad where you have parents slaughtering kids, and then you go back into this and you're just kind of like, what the fuck did I just do? It's like, did I just take some uppers when I should have taken some downers? Because, oh my god, my mind is just jelly.
And then you were all like
recording these out of order.
You were all like, wait a minute, is Sarah Lynn not murdering that kid with her keys because it's not a real son? Is that why?
I just, oh god, even that would have made so much more sense if they just said fuck it and killed the kid in this. I didn't care anything about him being Cage's lost son. Even that, when I realized it happened,
it's hilarious, and it's very expected for a Cage movie.
I had like no reaction when they mentioned that, but then when it came up again, I'm like, huh, like that's right, he was.
But are you saying that you could do without the scene where the kid needs to go take a shit?
I actually thought of a better movie when he mentioned he had to go pee when a drone with a 20 millimeter fucking machine gun was above them. And he's like, I have to go pee.
Like instantly.
I immediately quoted Cujo. I'm like, well, stick it out the window.
Okay, so that was a major road trip fail for parents right there. Like you don't have like an empty 7-Eleven cup or something back there? Come on now. You got to be more resourceful. No wonder the Humanity Bureau was going to take your kid away.
The kid wanted to die.
He did.
He really did not give a fuck.
I need to go off alone and take a shit in this abandoned public bathroom that probably doesn't have running water. La 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 la. I hear someone.
Kid's a great shot. And he knows
you can take out your eye with a BB gun.
Yeah. Oh god, that was so fucking hilarious when he shoots him with a BB gun. He's like, "Ow!"
Hey, Mister! Paper! Extra paper!
So do you feel... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. I was going to say this movie would have been hilariously entertaining if it turned into Crank, where when Check Chelios is doing the finger guns and starts blowing actual holes in people, if when the kid was chucking rocks at the guys, if it started bursting blood and guts out and they just started dropping dead.
Oh yeah!
Like, oh my god!
Make like that Paul Bunyan movie with fucking fucking Grizzly Adams in it, with the really shitty fake CGI blood.
That makes me think of the scene in Spaced where they have the really epic haircut,
slow motion
finger gun
gunfight. Yeah,
shoot out.
Tell me about a
amazing.
So what were you saying?
Y'all feel ready to move on to Adrian's special segment?
Oh, what's that segment called?
Oh.
It's time for sequel!
Return! Much harder! More!
I totally have
Great job,
one,
everybody.
by the way.
What do you have, sir?
The permanent winter of the ecologically destroyed future is cold, but the Inhumanity Bureau is colder still. Lucas, Jacob Davies, must stalk the pitted dystopian Washington, D.C. with one mission: track down and destroy the final fiendish sin of the new American regime, the Inhumans. These mechanized murder mercenaries can look like you and me, but sometimes they look like some 3D animation that you could download for pretty cheap. Speaking of pretty cheap, D.C. is portrayed by an abandoned wig factory outside Edmonton. Possible appearances by Jeff Wincott and Don the Dragon Wilson.
Oh my!
See, I thought that shit through. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And what about you, Donnie?
This movie is called Sunchild. Neil Breen stars as Star Child Noah Christ.
I'm already
Unkilled from the Humanity Bureau. In his true celestial form, he travels across the Mojave Desert seeking the Tiger of Truth to lead him to Shangri-La, the research facility left behind by his future race of highly intellectual star beings, to safely watch Earth grow and lead its people to a newfound peace and understanding. He must return to Shangri-La so he can travel back in time to stop the Humanity Bureau from ever happening in the first place and correct the path of humanity and life as we know it and as he has seen it.
I have the power of healing
Brain
now.
Production.
I'm tired of this experiment.
I have killed 7 million of the world's most wealthy, elite, and corrupt. This is what is happening in gas chambers across the U.S.
I shouldn't have been so evil and corporate. I exploited my workers.
And actually, because he's directing it, I kind of saw it going in a Alejandro Jodorowsky way, where it's at the end, it's not just the deleting of the Humanity Bureau, it's the deleting of the Humanity Bureau movie. He actually would burn the 35mm print and digital prints of the film, and that's when it would pan back and show you his camera and his drone controls. It's
And
This is not reality.
Lucas.
It's a film.
Yes.
Leaves him with the village.
See, it's like a holy mountain of shit.
Yeah, gold shit, son.
Mine isn't as exciting and well thought out as yours, but I mean, what's new? Mine. Okay, so the only thing I actually somewhat enjoyed in this and wanted more of was Agent Porter. What's going on in his life? What's he up to? And, like when Agent Westinghouse tells him that you and I are on the wrong side of history, I'm thinking, like, how does he feel about that, though? So my thing is, I was very disappointed to see that the movie at the very end, for no apparent reason, implied that one of the revolutionists killed Agent Porter. But in my version, my sequel, it's gonna be I'm gonna call it Agent Porterhouse. And it's gonna be just like Agent Porter's Day Out, and that's
There
that.
you go.
Like, he decides, like, you know what? Maybe I am on the wrong side of history. And, this guy's a douchebag for swimming in this pool when everybody's...
A douche dick nozzle.
Does
douche
Joe
dick nozzle,
Mantegna
yeah.
put on costumes and follow him around?
Yeah. He says, you know what? This guy's a one-eyed douche dick. and when there's children out there, apparently Nicolas Cage's character watches children drink pee. So,
That's right, there's
Agent...
the pee drinking thing.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes.
That's why you peed.
So Agent Porter decides to be an agent of good now. And I want to see this. I want to see his reformation, his revolution.
This is a tie-in to Army of One, because if all those people are drinking pee, they're going to need dialysis.
Oh God. Well, yeah, like at one point, Nicolas Cage's character says that he's seen children drink their own urine.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up, actually. Because if like him and Hugh Dillon have that exchange, and he mentions the old man drinking piss, except they both had their emphasis wrong. Oh, you notice that because Cage has it stressed as if it was the second time it was mentioned, even though it's the first.
Yeah. So,
Cage said about Rob W. King that he has the style that if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
But it's all broke.
So you were saying Face Off.
Are you sure he didn't just say if it's all broken, don't fix it? Ain't nobody got time for that.
It could be the making of was carefully edited. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You want to face this beast off?
Yeah, I think we can.
Adrian?
All right. I did a 1976 version. Mine is written, directed by Ed Hunt, starring William Shatner, Lee Grant, and Michael Ironside as Westinghouse, naturally.
Oh, yes.
And since we're going super Canadian, it's got songs by Neil Young.
All right.
Oh.
Yep. That's the way I went.
Donnie Donwell?
Very nice. I'm continuing my theme. So Noah Cross is Neil Breen. Rachel Weller is Juliet Daniel. Lucas Weller is Philip Haldeman. And Adam Westinghouse is Tommy Wiseau.
Because why not? Do you think he could take direction, though?
I don't really give a shit so much as we have Lisa playing Rachel and Danny playing Lucas. Because I would believe that would work and that he would really want to kill himself. Like, I'm going to put this bird up here on top of this cage. It's like, don't go up there, Denny. I don't care anymore.
Hey, Chris R.
Hi, Chris R. Oh, wait, I forgot I owe you money.
I was like, what's the worst that could happen?
Hey, Chris R., here's your bird.
Even, like, imagine that he shoots Tommy Wiseau with a pellet gun, and Tommy just goes, ah!
Why? Why you hurt me?
He's not a kid, he's a monster.
He would have worn the fucking piece of bread as a fucking eye patch the rest of the movie if he had. And then it switches one eye to the other. So yes, go ahead.
Yeah, that's the only thing that was missing.
Well, for mine, mine's just a potpourri of people I love, because I didn't want to put too much thought into this, because this movie doesn't merit much thought.
It's already more thought than they put into it.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's just people I love. As Noah, I have Lawrence Larry Fishburne. Rachel, I have Catherine O'Hara. Lucas, I have Miles Brown from Blackish. And as Adam Westinghouse, I have, oh God, I fucking love him so much, Richard E. Grant.
Oh.
And director-writer, I have somebody I just discovered recently, Jeremy
Spike
Gardner,
Lee?
who made After Midnight. It's fucking amazing. If you haven't checked out After Midnight, check it out.
Did they let it all hang out?
Yeah.
No.
But it's after midnight.
Go on.
Do they at least play a tambourine?
Well, I'm going to wait till the midnight hour.
Yeah.
See how things go.
So, were you able to find any cagey wisdom?
When you're driving your space El Camino, be sure to fill the second gas tank. And also, when you get to New Eden, just do us all a favor and write those letters, because people are going to get the wrong ideas if you don't.
And now to Eden, yeah, brother.
Eat the fruit and throw away the rind.
Wait, is this the song that we're going to be singing for our club?
Yeah.
I thought we were going to be singing, "She's deceiving me. She cuts my security."
All right. Donnie.
Don't talk to strangers because they're only there to do you harm. I don't know if you have ambition, go to film school and use every resource you can to have your movie made. And if they show you this movie as what to do, ask for your money back and go to a better college. Yeah.
And Donnie's got to reprogram himself now. My wisdom is actually very, very important, and it is something that came up during while my viewing of this goddamn movie. And it is Suicide Prevention Month, so in all seriousness, if you have any dark thoughts, reach out to somebody. You're not alone. God damn it, Donnie. Don't listen to Donnie. He's just a one-eyed dick dog.
Bleep, bloop.
My important message of wisdom from this movie is to practice self-care. Don't make yourself watch this movie sober. And just you don't have to drink to watch it. Just don't watch it. Just don't watch it.
You do have to drink, though, apparently, Linda.
No.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make everybody drink some brandy. Yeah. Some of the Sacramento wine. We're on to you, mister.
But also, because, I was thinking, because, Adrian and I, we usually watch these movies over and over again, like at least 2-3 times, to really prepare ourselves. But after the first viewing, I thought, no, Linda, it's time to take care of yourself for once. Don't make yourself do it. Like, there's more to life than this. Like, you have to take care of yourself.
In
Because you can't expect somebody
2017,
else
no,
to do
there
it
isn't.
for you.
What?
So, yeah. And with that, I guess it's time to say, please listen, follow, rate, and review Cage's Kiss on Apple Podcasts. And it really, really helps us out immensely. It helps others to find us, boosts us up in the list. So really, really, please, please, please do. And if you're one of the people who have already, thank you so much. We love you immensely. And also check out our stuff on YouTube. It features that awesome Adrian art, as well as our website. Our website has that awesome Adrian art as well, and the awesome stills from the movies. And you can learn a little bit about us. Also, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/CagesKiss. You can help us fund our Sky Laser. And also, okay, think of it this way. We watched this movie for you, so you don't have to. Is that worth something? Also, for this month of September, we had an awesome bonus Patreon patron saint only episode where we went more into depth about the story of USS Indianapolis from
Sharks, chomp, chomp.
Yeah, Sharky Chomp Chomps. With Jane Janerson of the Boston Janersons, Esquire the Third, MD, PhD, and yeah. So for just $1 a month, you could be listening to these awesome episodes, and you can get stickers, buttons, awesome shit, just like that. Remember, you can find Cage's Kiss on Facebook and Instagram and the Twitters, especially on Twitters at Cage's Kiss. You can visit our website at cageskiss.com, and you can write to us at cageskiss@gmail.com. Check out my other shows. I've got so goddamn many now. Bed Knobs and Broomflicks, where we cover witches in media and in history. And the upcoming Golden Girls pod with Kristen from Coffin Cast, also the fourth cage, When Girls Were Golden. I am also still on Dispatches of Disassociation, and I am also now in the Coyote's Bluff. So did I get everything?
I think so.
Oh God, I feel like
I
there's
think
more.
you hoard yourself enough, yes.
Oh.
I love you long time. Adrian, tell the people where you can be hoard.
My face hurts. You can find me. I'm Leo the Fox on
It's hurting me.
DVNart.com. And I'm on the Patreon. And come find me and give me money.
Yeah, rest that pretty mouth of yours.
Oh.
Well, you said, where is he whoring himself? And he said his face hurt. Okay, I'm not going to say he was taking the Operation Face Pound.
I wish it was from whoring.
Donnie, what dark alley can these people find you?
Behind the Arby's in Seattle. You know the one.
Diagon Alley.
You're not gluing our library books together,
Diagon
Donnie?
Alley. Penis expose us. You can find me as Unreal Goals on Twitter, YouTube, and the Pornhub as the Boy Who Blew. I also am whoring myself on what is absolutely coming the end of this month, we hope, on Wisdom in the Bottom. We're just reforming things a little bit. It is not lies. I mean, I could say I'm part of like 5 other podcasts and jerk myself off, but I'm not. Because I'm making this short.
How did you know I was Oh. Wait, what?
Linda has testicles.
The truth comes out.
Just the one. You'll be hearing from us next week when we cover. It's finally fucking happening, you guys. Mandy, which you can stream for free on Shudder, which we absolutely fucking love. Shudder, you know where we are.
Shudder with
you can pay us.
Anticipation.
You can find it on Shudder or Hoopla. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really fucking looking forward to it. So, yay, Mandy.
Yay, Panos Cosmatos.
Pandas are endangered.
Till then, don't drink your own urine.
And the balcony is closed.
Cage. Peach. I could eat a peach for hours. Please.